All cast very similar time. There. We've pulled the heads off, we set them aside, we'll tear them down here a little bit later and look at them. But anyway, I pulled both head gaskets off to kind of look at them. And you can see here the areas in between, everything is nice clean. There's no dark area between where it's been blowing any compression across. So it appears the head gaskets were sealed very well in spite of what it felt like when we took those bolts out. So I don't think there was any issue with head gaskets leaking or anything on it. I'm looking at the pistons here. See if you can get a shot of the top of those. See how that's all washed clean on the outside edges there? This one back here is really washed clean. I would say that's been using quite a little oil. That's an indication of the oil coming up past the rings and washing the carbon off on top of the pistons. Just to feel the ridge at the top of the cylinder here, it does not appear to have any wear unless somebody has cut the ridge out of it and just rerung the block at some point in time. But when you get back to this cylinder here, I'm looking how aggressive the hone marks are in this cylinder. I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing there on the hone job. And in fact, I can still feel it. That's quite rough. I'm sure that's why we're seeing the oil consumption on that. Now that one is really rough. Even after this has been run, and I can almost catch my finger in the crosshatch.
Well, it's not much of a crosshatch.
No, it's just kind of a circular motion there, but it's, for some reason, it's quite rough. Maybe let's go ahead and pull the lifters up out of here and get them out of the way. Whether the cam is good or bad, we're going to replace it. Won't be putting the old one back in, so I'm not going to keep track of where any of these lifters came from. It's certainly not wiped out. Yeah, there's something going on the bottom side of some of those lifters, but they were all, everything looks like it's rotating. Huh.
You just want to wait till we
pull
the cam?
I'm going to wait. I don't want to force that past and mess the block up.
Is it just two, or?
Just two of them there. So we just hauled scrap this morning. How about we start making some more?
Sounds good.
We'll start with this right here. Good place for those. I hope we didn't throw away any customers' work. It's one way to get out of work.
They don't have any proof they brought it to us. 60.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's 60.
Already 60 over. Well, between that and this that defect we found on the back of that block, we may be having to scrap this and start over something else.
Can I throw the gaskets away?
Yes.
My words didn't come out there. Can I throw the gaskets away?
Is that kind of like your 30 tooths?
Yep. 25, 30 tooths. It's always good to keep the internet guessing on whether you're trolling them or whether you're that dumb.
So, do we know if this has any oil left in it, or?
I don't think we know.
I'm going to say he drained the oil. Yep, he drained the oil.
Good.
But I'm still going to, let's drop the pan without turning the engine over. That way if there's any residual oil in it, it doesn't end up in the top as we roll it.
Okay. I got this lifter out. Kind of looks just
a little varnish on the bottom of it, so it was holding it. If we don't take these washers off, they end up getting lost out in the steel abrader. There we go. I think he had the pan off just before he brought the motor to us, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, just a little bit of residual oil in the pan.
no chunks or anything right now.
No chunks, but I'm sure they took the chunks out when they dropped this pan. Okay. I always like to take that nylon washer off the drain plug before we put things into bake, because that nylon just melts and gets all over the place, kind of makes a mess. Timing chain has been replaced, but it's just a stock replacement. I would have thought they'd have put maybe a double roller in it, but they didn't.
We usually do double roller on everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Since we're replacing cam bearings and the cam, I'm not worried about dinging up bearings, so I'm just going to kind of drag that out.
Comp cams. 12242-2.